All right, so we're watching the perfect Loom video. Well, I just want to preface this. For some reason, when I downloaded the video from Loom, it made this like weird green bar on the side. You're definitely going to see it. The video is still solid, very thorough. This is a very like well put together video, but sorry about the green bar, man. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoy. If you have any questions, leave them down below. And now let's get into it. All right, guys, it's here. Pretty straightforward. I'm going to show you guys how to film the most perfect Loom video for the high ticket sales space, so you can quite literally 3x the number of interviews that you're going to get because the bar is really low in this space. And we're going to cover a few things here. One, why you should listen to me. Two, what is a Loom video for the complete beginners? Why they're important to the business, why they're important to you as the sales rep, the real objective of a Loom video, the ideal audio/video setup, do's and don'ts, the perfect Loom video structure, tried and true, and then how to personalize a Loom video to your benefit. I'm going to show you guys an example of the last one that I filmed that got us in contention for a sales manager role against Iman Ghazi's old sales manager. And lastly, some insider tips and tricks for further optimization, higher click-through rates, higher watch time. So why listen to me? First and foremost, I built and sold a sales agency. We went from zero to $700,000 per month, hired 30 sales employees that were all working for us at the same time. And I did most of the recruiting. So Loom videos were a huge part of this. Once I found that someone had the availability that I wanted for the role that I wanted, very first thing before anything else, Loom video. We'd ask for call recordings, resumes, ask them to write out all their experience. First thing, Loom video. That's where we go. I've worked with over 500 sales reps through my community to break into this industry over the last 3 years. I've seen what works and what doesn't. And then, I am hold on, this is a little laggy. I'm the self-proclaimed best at getting people hired into jobs that they would have otherwise been disqualified from through things like Loom videos. A little bit more proof. Here's me and a bunch of 10K, 20K, 30K per month sales reps that recently came to our meetup here in Austin, Texas. So all these guys were not in the industry. They came to work with us, got into it, and started making money. So it works. Now, what is a Loom video? Loom, for again, a complete beginner here. Loom is an app that lets you record your screen. It's what I'm recording this video on right now. You can use your screen, camera, and mic simultaneously. You basically just hit record, captures your screen while showing your face in a bubble that you can adjust the size of here. You can make it big, small, turn it off, whatever. There's a lot of things you can do. So when you're done, it automatically uploads to like basically the cloud. And then you have a shareable link. So there's no editing, exporting, or uploading. You literally press the stop button here that you can see, and then I can take the link, send it to someone that can watch the video without dealing with uploads. Now, why Looms are important. This is my personal Loom account. I have 901 videos in here. If every one of those videos was 1 minute long, that's 15 hours of time saved, meetings saved, explanations saved that we did asynchronously because Loom is awesome. Now, not all these videos are 1 minute long. In fact, many of them are much longer than that. So I just want to show you Loom can be used far and wide. If you're not familiar, it's super popular, but very, very good tool. And it's very important to know how to use effectively for this purpose as well. So why are they so important for the business? They're going to get to see the way you look, think, act, and speak all at the same time. Within the first 5 seconds, they're making hundreds of micro judgments on you. And they get to do this without committing to a full 30-minute interview where, maybe 2 minutes in, they realize you're not the guy. And then they have to either be rude or sit through an interview they don't want to sit through. So it saves them some time while they can make all these judgments. They get to make these judgments, which inevitably make their hiring process just faster and more efficient. They find their person sooner. And then they get to actually in real time, like visualize what their customers will experience since you as a salesperson are going to be the representation of their company. And then they get to see in real time how well you can sell. So if you can't sell yourself, why would they believe you can sell their product? So this one video that might be 60 seconds long is showing them all the good, all the bad, all the ugly, and it's giving them enough to make a judgment on whether or not they want to speak to you some more or push you to the side. Now, why this is important for you, and I think this is honestly maybe the most important thing, the biggest, most highest leverage point in this application process, you get to compete on attributes that are not just sales experience. Because on traditional paper resume, if you don't have sales experience, you're usually going to be disqualified. Now, the video lets you compete on things such as effort, charisma, attention to detail, uh, the way that you appear in the video, the way that you speak, the way that you put your words together. There's usually three buckets which you're going to be judged upon. One is sheer amounts of sales experience. Two is effort and how good of an employee you would probably be. Three is niche experience. So that's like, if you're a realtor before and someone's looking for a closer for a real estate lead gen offer, you'd be able to compete based on that. So you can do this in 100% effort-based manner, despite, maybe being more introverted like myself. So just by putting together a clean Loom video with good presentation, you'd be surprised how many people want that over someone who's closed $10 million but put in barely any effort because they are maybe jaded to the space. So you get to convey the effort and the desire for the role far more than what you can on a paper resume. This would come into effect with like the camera angle, lighting, background, what you're wearing, how you structure your video, the research that you did. All things considered, they're showing characteristics of a good employee who genuinely wants the role. And Loom videos are so high up in the application funnel, with such high discrepancy in the average submissions quality. The average submission is very damn low, unfortunately, that the biggest opportunity for most people to land a job that they shouldn't otherwise get lands here and in the resume. I have a video, this one I uploaded about a week ago. This video breaks down the application funnel, and the Loom video is one piece of that funnel, okay? But it's a very important one. If you haven't seen this video and you want to land a job that you're not qualified for, keep watching this one, and I'll recommend it to you after. So you can see it. It'll be like the next video. Click here and watch that. The real objective of a Loom video is not to get hired. A lot of you guys might think, oh yeah, I'm going to send this Loom video and hopefully I get hired. I mean, kind of, yeah. But when we're looking at the steps of a funnel, the very next step of the funnel is to land an interview. And so the way that you make a Loom video when you're trying to get hired versus land an interview is kind of two different things. You're going to do this through creating enough intrigue to prompt a further conversation. You don't need to dump every last bit of information on yourself. They'll feel like they already know you, and at that point, there's no point in interviewing. Once you reach the interview stage, no matter how you competed to get there, you're working on the most level playing field possible. You will be competing against people that have more sales experience than you, and you won't get there unless you crush the Loom video, unless you crush the resume. Mostly everything prior to that is now out the window, so it's time to win them over. I'd say the hardest part is getting to interviews. If you can get to interviews and you can speak well and put yourself together well, it doesn't matter how much sales experience you do or don't have. If you're the right person for the job, they will hire you. So ideal Loom audio video setup. This is Angel from inside my community. We have an interview. You can watch this. It's a little, it's a year old, but this is a setup that every Loom video that he sends before he opens up his mouth, people already want to book interviews with him. Okay. For every Loom video that he submits, he gets interviews for. Yes, he does have experience now in the space, but before he had that, the setup carried him. Okay. So I'm not saying you need this. I'm actually going to show you some examples of what would work and what wouldn't in a second here. But this is perfect. This is a professional YouTube grade setup. Obviously took some time and effort and some money to put this together, but you don't need this. Okay. I want to show you here on my laptop, like traditionally, Loom videos, you're going to take up the whole screen. You're not going to screen share, but let's just say that I'm filming a Loom video here. This background right here, if I had a plain collared shirt, hair back, no hat, this is perfect. This is completely perfect. It's a nice painting in the background, not too much noise. Now I just want to kind of mess with the angle a little bit and see how things change, see how the If there's distractions in the back, see how the lighting changes. This is okay, but I like the other one better. Now, what if I took this up and put it more eye level? Does that change things? Now, what if I was eye level, but what if the camera's eye level, but I'm not in the frame right? This changes things. This is not good. You want to, if you don't know the rule of thirds, you want to try to be eye level like that. So something like this. Now, if I spin around here, this is not that great. I actually don't like this too much. There's, a window behind me. I don't like this. The lighting here versus here, much better. Okay, now there's a hallway back here. Seeing the reflection and cars go by and people walk, I don't like that. Um, Something like if I just flip around, I'm in a little co-working space right now. If I just flip around and I have like this TV behind me, it's not bad. However, you can see the reflection. It's kind of weird. When in doubt, you guys go with a blank white wall. You can find this in a bedroom. You don't need a setup like Angel has to do this well, but it's the little stuff, man. Like if I was like this versus this versus this versus this, all makes a difference. Now, audio, I'm just using my MacBook. That is completely fine. If you have a mic, it is going to help you. If you can have a mic visually in your video, that is going to help you look more professional, more like you do this. I'm trying to think of some other scenarios. You want to always use your computer, not your phone. Even if I have this cup, I'm going to set it on here and change the camera angle. Like, this is perfect. If someone submitted a Loom video to me with this like setup, this background, this orientation, I would probably be inclined to speak to them further unless they bombed on what they said. So Mike is going to do more visually than it does audibly. I think that's the right word. To show that you really do this. Any kind of background lighting, I try to stay away from like the neon lights that make you seem childish, but if you have some nice like lamps, room lights, do that. More is less. It's easier to get by. I'm sorry, less is more. It's easier to get by with like blank background and not too many distractions than having like all this stuff in the background, cool shelves or whatever. It can be distracting if not done right. So that's a little bit on the ideal setup. You don't need a crazy professional setup to do well. Now, some do's and don'ts on the Loom videos. Let me move this over here. Do's. Do film custom Loom videos 99% of the time for each role that you're applying to. There's nothing worse than getting a Loom that was filmed, and you can see this as a business owner. You can see when they filmed it. You can see how many people viewed it. If I get a Loom from someone that was filmed 2 months ago and has 30 views, before I even press play, I'm thinking, what's wrong with this guy? Why doesn't he have a job? And immediately you're a lot closer to being sorted towards the bucket of not getting an interview. It's a game of odds, you guys. We can control this 100%. Film custom Loom videos. Not only will it help you minimize the downside, it's going to help you land more interviews. Next, optimize all controllable visual components to the best of your ability. If I can choose, let me see here. If I can choose so easily to have, lighting behind me like this versus spin around lighting like this, choose the higher quality thing, even if it takes you, a little bit more prep, a little bit more effort. If it's within a 2 second spin of the chair, choose quality. Okay. I promise it makes all the difference. Just your ability to recognize that the quality could be bigger and then take action, or the quality could be better and then take action on that, shows that you are a mindful individual. Okay. Next, be well researched on the person or company that you're sending this to and show that in your video. We're going to talk about little customization in a sec, but most of these people sending Loom videos don't even know, anything about the company that they're reaching out to or the person that this is going to. And if you can set yourself apart there, aside from you just competing on sheer amount of sales experience, you're going to show them that you're an individual that can pay attention to detail, and that's a good attribute of someone they might want on their team. You do want to have solid structure, which we're going to talk about after this, and you want to hold some momentum that makes it easy to watch. If you guys, all of you guys scroll on social media, I'm sure if you don't do it actively, you have before, but when you're watching like Instagram Reels or TikTok or whatever, there are certain reels that because of the structure, you're almost like pulled in to watch it, even if you don't care about that topic. It's because it was formulated in a very specific way to keep and hold your attention. That's what we want to do here. And the momentum, by keeping this like pretty fast paced, upbeat, just helps us reinforce their mind to stay longer and watch the whole thing. Then you do want to bridge the gap between any past experience interest that you have and what it is that they do. If you're just another guy with sales experience that doesn't really stand out in any other way, that's exactly what you are. And if they have 50 applicants, you're not going to stand out. You're just going to be another guy, with your name in the hat. Now, don'ts. Uh, they're supposed to pop up one by one. Do not use Loom. This is a very simple test of following instructions. If you send a link to a Google Drive folder or some Microsoft thing or something else that does the same function, but it's not Loom, they are seeing that and making judgments that, one, you either don't know how to follow instructions, or two, you don't know how to use Loom, which is a very easy application to use, which is a red flag. Okay. So these recruiters, they have so many applicants. They're not looking for reasons to hire you. They're looking for reasons to disqualify you. And so if we can just follow instructions, that's one more box that you don't have to worry about. Do not send the same Loom video to 20 companies. Again, they can see the date, they can see the views, and they can see the general formulation of the Loom video. A custom Loom video with their name, their company, and all the other things I'll show you in a second is going to go so much further in getting you increased interview odds than just like some one size fits all. Hey, my name's Dylan, I'm a sales rep, hire me. Okay. Do not film in vertical format. This is a YouTube video that you're watching. It is going to be in landscape format. You always want to film in landscape format because that is very likely what they're going to be seeing, or what their customers are going to be seeing. They want the most accurate representation of what it is their customer might be seeing or experiencing when speaking with you. Don't film on phone. Now, there's some caveats to this. Generally speaking, you want to film on your laptop like I am filming right now. However, if you don't have access to your laptop, you can use your phone. If you do it, try to prop it up, try to get the right angle, the right lighting, all the same stuff, film it in landscape. Uh, I would rather film something quality on my phone and get it in faster than wait 2 days to when I get back to my laptop because I'm out of town for the weekend. Okay. So try not to film on phone, but I'd rather you submit something than nothing at all. Don't use filler words. So a lot of you guys filming this Loom video for the first time, getting used to talking on camera, you might take 20 to 30 tries, and that's normal. That's okay. It sucks. But if you can, we're going to get into the framework soon. If you can minimize filler words and maximize the momentum that you keep through this short video, I promise you, you're going to see a night and day difference in how many interviews that you get. Okay. And you could edit out filler words. You could use the AI features on Loom, but just try your best to follow this framework that we're about to get into and minimize filler words at all costs. Do not spend time on downsides. So you're going to be sending about a 60-second video. The last thing that you want to do is focus on reasons why you're not qualified. I see this a lot with people that come from different industries. They're like, hey, I don't yet know high ticket sales, and most of my experience is in this industry, but I would be interested in the role. That is the complete wrong positioning. You need to hype up what you've done in another industry, whether it's sales experience or not, and just lean into it and blindly send that application as if you're the best applicant in the world. That confidence and the conviction in your ability is going to get you so much further across a bunch of applications. The last don't act like the prize. Man, you're one in the sea of many. I have application pool from our agency that's 1,000+ reps, and if you act like, you should have the confidence that you are the guy, but if you act and like you are arrogant in the presentation, if you're arrogant before I even know you, how are you going to be with my customers? How are you going to be with me? How are you going to be with my team? It's just not a good look. You want to be cool, calm, and collected, have conviction in yourself, but don't act like, this role is potentially beneath me. I figured I'd do you guys a favor by submitting an application. Like, nobody wants that person on their team. Now, the perfect Loom video structure, the moment you've been waiting for. This is the default structure that will give you the highest odds of acceptance in the interview if you execute properly. And assuming they did not request something specific, if they ever request something specific, you need to disregard what we're about to cover and give them exactly what they asked for. Again, a large part of this process is seeing if you can follow simple instructions. Okay. So that's also why we don't use the Loom alternatives. Like I mentioned, don't submit a Google Drive link unless you legitimately cannot access Loom, which in my opinion is kind of a red flag. So in its simplest formats, here's the Loom video structure. You want it to be 60 seconds. You could range down 45 or up to 130 if you do it right. However, the less time you spend, the easier this is going to be for you to film, which means you can get more out. And the shorter the video is, the less opportunity there is for you to mess up the video, which means you get more out that are higher quality to more opportunities. So 60 seconds is a sweet spot. Now the structure is very simple. There's 4 parts. 1, who you are, and we're going to go through examples of this. Who you are, why you're reaching out, why they should consider you, a call to action. That is it. That is it. Now, 1, who you are. Example, hey, John, my name's Dylan. I'm 27 years old. I live in Austin, Texas. Next, why you're reaching out. I caught wind of your open closing role through the serial sales community, and after doing just a little bit of research on you guys and what you're up to, I decided I wanted to get something to you ASAP. 3, why you should be considered. And don't take this script word for word. If everyone starts using this script, it's not going to be a word on it, or it's not going to be good. I honestly just made this up. The format has been the same, but I just freestyled this script right here. So it's decent, but it's not perfect. But anyways, why you should be considered. Hey, based on my past experience in real estate, wholesaling, and Section 8 properties, I thought there's a ton of alignment between my past experience and what you guys are looking for. I closed on 25 wholesale properties last year over the course of just 10 months in my current role, which put me number 1 in the office for all of 2025. But now I'm looking to level up into something with a bit of a higher ceiling, more solid systems for scale. And honestly, I'm a little bit tired of cold calling. Then a call to action. If you're still looking for the right person for this role, would love to chat with you some more. I'm free anytime after 11 a.m., Monday through Friday, if that works for you. Thanks. Look forward to speaking to you some more. Boom. All that was 60 seconds or less. Now, how do you personalize this to your benefit? Who you are, why you're reaching out, why they should consider you. It's all the same stuff, right? The 4 sections here. 1, the title. The title you can literally put when you text this over, and there's a little, imagine iMessage. You send a link through iMessage and there's a little thumbnail. Well, the thumbnail is going to be the thumbnail of the video, but then also the title that you write. And if I can write something that has their name, their company, that is not just if you guys ever film a random Loom video, it gives them random titles. If I put a little bit of effort and put, let's see, real estate companies next remote closer, next 10K plus remote closer, that is going to get a higher click-through rate. So 1, or you could write Loom video for sales manager name. Something like that is going to get a higher click-through rate. The second place where you can personalize these is going to be right in the beginning when you directly introduce yourself. Hey, John, sales manager. My name's Dylan. So, hey, John, my name's Dylan. Address the person by name, and then the company is going to be more in this second one. So you want to make the world smaller here. I always try to name drop, if I know, where I caught this from. Was it the sales manager? Was it a closer that I know? Was it a community that I'm in? Was it a recruiter? I saw you guys at a real estate company were hiring through your closer, David. I actually know him. We closed on a previous offer together. Love the guy, and then get into it, right? So you're already kind of making the world smaller, bridging the gap between you and other applicants. Another applicant, they could have all the sales experience in the world, but if you know David and you took the time to personalize this and they click through and watch the whole video, you're going to have higher odds. And then why they should consider you. This is where you're going to want to tie in any kind of experience, interest, familiarity that you might have into what they do. Example, if it's a real estate program and you have previously been in wholesale real estate and you've done good numbers, like mention that. Okay, now let's say it's a fitness coaching program. You weren't a personal trainer, but maybe you've been going to the gym for 15 years and it literally changed your life and saved your life. That is a reason you would get hired over somebody else, if all everything else checks out. So those are really the four main points where you can like personalize a video to not only show more effort, but also um, what's it called? I'm sorry. Show more effort, but then also show why you're a better fit over someone else aside from just sheer sales experience. So now I want to show an example Loom video that I personally filmed. Uh, this one, super off the cuff, got us into contention for a big sales management role, head to head against Iman Gadzhi's old sales manager. We ultimately did not get this role because the guy was cheap and didn't want to pay us what we wanted to be paid. So whatever, but it got us there. And I filmed this on the fly. This was a second take Loom video. So I messed up the first one in the first 5 seconds. And then this was the one, second take, filmed it, sent it fast. I was at a family barbecue in the backyard. Was it perfect? No. Did me getting this out ASAP negate it not being perfect? Yes. Do you get more points on the board when you shoot more shots? Yes. All right, little Loom videoception for you guys. I'm going to review this Loom video that I sent that landed us, final contention for a big sales management client. And I'm going to pause and play and just give you guys some feedback on it.
How's it going, man? My name's Dylan. I'm from Austin, Texas. I am on the go right now, but I still wanted to get something to you. And I'm also not...
All right, so very first thing, I was outside. I was on my phone. I pre-handled the objection. First thing out of the gate. I didn't talk about anything else except who I am and where I'm from, and then straight to pre-handling objections. But you see how, it could be seen as a negative, but I framed it in like a positive light. I was like, hey, I know I'm on the go. I don't usually film from this place, but I had to get this to you guys ASAP.
Sure if you're looking for what we do, but Dan from WAP sent this to me, so wanted to...
So we're running a sales agency. We basically would outsource the sales management role and the sales team. So I'm, again, pre-handling the objection. I'm not focusing on why we're not what he's looking for. I'm focusing on reasons why he could or we could be what he's looking for.
Get our name in the bucket. I've been running a sales agency for...
Made the world smaller. I mentioned the lead where we got, this caught wind of this role. So, if he likes this guy, which I was under the impression that he did, if he likes him, maybe he'll like us.
About 2.5 years now, we've driven a lot of results in a lot of industries. A lot of our teams, we are starting from zero. We've scaled them up to $1 million a month. We've done it multiple times.
So with the experience, I started broad. I made sure we're talking about, sales agency, the niche. Started broad, and then I'm going to get into more like granular experience here. Notice how far we're like 20 seconds in right now. I'm already talking about experience.
My partner's done 0 to 15 mil in the first year, scaled the team from 1 to 6. We've scaled a couple of teams now from 3.
By the way, guys, I'm wearing a North Face hat. I'm wearing a faded t-shirt. I wouldn't typically wear this in a Loom video, just a heads up.
3 to 7, 2 to 6 that we're actively running. So again, I don't know if you're looking for this, but we've done it time and time again. High ticket funnel, paid ads, organic, doesn't even matter. And I run a sales coaching program that helps people land jobs specifically.
So that's, as far as like managing sales team, I wanted to show that we could do that. This guy just so happened to run an offer that helped people get jobs. And so I wanted to sprinkle this in there, which is like, hey, I have this experience that other people might not have. That could be useful to you.
So I know how to sell to those people. I know how to train people to sell to those people. And I know how to recruit the best salespeople because they come to me for that. So appreciate you watching. Hope to talk soon. Bye.
The one thing I messed up on there was I didn't do a CTA. I could have said, hey, I'm free to talk further at this point. But the point I wanted to get across here is like, it doesn't have to be perfect. As long as you are fast and it's good enough and you do that enough times, right time, right place, you will find opportunity. All right, guys. And lastly, some insider tips and tricks here. So Loom has a ton of features that can be used to further personalize, which is going to lead to higher click-through rates, more watch time. You can customize those titles, put their name, put the company name, hype yourself up as a closer. You can change the thumbnail. So you can literally like put their company page in the thumbnail, or you can make a thumbnail. Nobody does that. Will make you stand out. Then there's timestamps. You can put chapters in the video so they can like scroll and see what you're going to be talking about, when you're going to be talking about that. And that's going to just increase the likelihood that they actually get to what is important to them. You can add description. So not a lot of people know this, but just like this YouTube video, you can add a description, and in that description, you can link your resume. You can link call recordings. You can link a custom site that has testimonials of companies that you've worked for. You can put your LinkedIn there. So really nobody's taking advantage of this, and this is like a way to front load more stuff. You can also screen share while recording, only if relevant, which will make you stand out. So record, through their funnel. Hey, I noticed this. I think this could be better. On my past team, we did this, and it increased this, and whatever. Like, you can get creative. You can also recommend a playback speed by default. So in the settings, after you film, you go to the settings, and when they press the play, it's going to say, do you want to play this at 1.5x? If they press that, they are 1.5x more likely to watch the entire video. So if you can make it 60 seconds and then they can watch it in 1.5x speed, you're making a shorter video, has momentum. They're going to get through it all the way. They're going to be like, wow, this guy knows how to articulate his value in a very short manner. I like this guy. I want to talk to this guy. And that's it, you guys. So that is how you make the perfect Loom video. What's more important than being perfect is just high quality at scale by far. If you have questions or concerns, leave a comment in this video. I see them all. I respond to them all. You can also email me here or DM me on Instagram. Or if you want help doing all this, working on your resume, getting access to 300 plus jobs a month, multiple calls per week with me and the team and other people like the people with the trophies in the beginning, join our community. That is the first link in the description. There's a long video on that page. It tells you all about it. Jump in, book a free call with us, talk to the team, see if it's for you. But anyways, you guys, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.